A single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle. Happiness never decreases by being shared. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to. The greatest meditation is a mind that lets go. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. The secret to living well and longer is eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. There's only one moment for you to live. With our thoughts, we make the world. The mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it's not open. The true purpose of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit. To conquer oneself is a greater victory than to conquer thousands in a battle. Open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. No matter how far you've gone down a wrong road, turn back. Even a small act of kindness can make a big difference. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. To be tested is good. The challenged life may be the best therapist. In the garden of the world, the tree of patience, bears the sweetest fruit. A loving heart is the truest wisdom. You cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. When the flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Let silence be the art you practice. To live fully is to let go and die with each passing moment. The more you know, the less you need. Do not be concerned with the fruit of your action. Just give attention to the action itself. The fruit will come of its own accord. To learn, read to know, write to master, teach. The most important point is to accept yourself and stand on your defeat. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. The goal is not to be better than the other man, but your previous self. The greatest of faults is to be conscious of none. Give the ones you love wings to fly, roots to come back, and reasons to stay. Don't be afraid of the thorns, because they'll only lead you to the roses. A roaring river is heard, a still one is missed. The heart is like a mirror, it reflects everything without being affected. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Do not judge the day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. True happiness comes not when we get rid of all our problems, but when we change our relationship to them. Not the cry, but the flight of a wild duck leads the flock to fly and follow. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. A diamond with a flaw is worth more than a pebble without imperfections. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. If you have much, give your wealth. If you have little, give your heart. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. The sun does not shine for a few trees and flowers, but for the wide world's joy. Our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. A person experiences life as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. The highest form of human intelligence is to observe yourself without judgment. To be fully alive, fully human, and completely awake is to be continually thrown out of the nest. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. To understand the way, you must be the way. The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. The most valuable teachers are those who tell you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. The hardest thing in life is to know which bridge to cross and which to burn. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. The only Zen you find on the tops of mountains is the Zen you bring up there. Be patient with yourself. Nothing in nature blooms all year. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. The best revenge is massive success. The mind is a superb instrument if used rightly, used strongly. However, it becomes very destructive. Let your love be like the misty rains, coming softly but flooding the river. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. The truth will set you free, but first it will make you miserable. When you judge another, you do not define them. You define yourself. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them.